Welcome to episode 5 of the Open Mind Show. I am your host, Zachary. Let's get the show on the road. You are now listening to the Open Mind Show, the show that gives you endless entertainment, nice relaxing entertainment, so you don't have to stress out anymore. Enjoy the show. Man, I can't believe it, man. It's episode 5 already. It's already been, 5 days or whatever? I mean, not literally, but you know how we have that kind of that break in between each episode. So we do have one going live on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which makes sense to me because it's just a lot more easier for me to record that way. And I know a lot of podcasts / shows are just once a week. So I think I'm kind of doing something special here. I'm giving you guys 3 episodes a week of the show, and I kind of want to actually talk about the show real quick and how it's going. I'm loving the way it's going, and I know you might be saying what do you mean? You talk about some crazy things on here, and a lot of it's about either big celebrities like Ariana Grande, X, or whoever. But honestly, I've been rendering these episodes in 4K resolution, and as much as I would love to keep that going, you know what I'm saying? Because I love being able to have that crazy quality and everything. I can't. I it's very hard to for one, it takes 2 hours at most, or at least to render one podcast or one episode. And if I'm running late or something, it's so hard to be able to get it up on time at that sort of resolution. So I've kind of decided to downscale the quality of the podcast. Well, just the video, not the audio, obviously. The audio I want to be as high quality as possible with the microphone that I have. So, but there's still the picture quality is gonna be just 1080p standard, whatever, because it's just a picture on screen. Unless if I really start recording my actual face, which won't be for a while, to be honest, because I want to be able to have a studio. And because right now at the moment I'm recording these in my streaming studio where I live stream from on twitch.tv and where I make my YouTube videos. So I want to build an actual podcasting / show studio where I have this nice desk, and then there's a camera and all these nice microphones and stuff. But until then, I'm just gonna stick with the whole image, with the Open Mind Show, different colors, and I might switch it up here and there and make a rainbow logo, whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to keep it different every single time, but also the same. But as of right now, we are gonna stick with the 1080p picture quality, but we're gonna have amazing audio quality. That's just how the cookie crumbles. And yeah, so honestly, what I really wanted to talk about in today's episode was the fact of just I had this crazy dream last night. Yes, I had a crazy dream Monday night, which, well, actually, is it Monday? Technically Monday night or Tuesday night, because I am recording this on Tuesday. So it was going from Monday to Tuesday, okay? So it technically was Monday night. So I had this crazy dream, and I don't know, it's just it was a weird situation all around, and I don't think it was really intending to be a nightmare, because it was a dream / nightmare type ordeal, and I honestly didn't feel threatened in the nightmare enough to wake myself up, because usually when you have a nightmare, it involves a really threatening thing, someone's about to kill you, or you're about to drown, or you are drowning, or something like that, and so you freak out and wake up. But last night it was weird. I was in the middle of a dream / nightmare type style dream, or whatever you want to call it at that point, and it was just So like if you guys ever seen the Final Destination movie, it was kind of like that, but in a weirder, more sadistic way. Cause like I don't know, my mind is pretty fucked. I think. I mean, okay, with the shit that I gotta deal with, I gotta deal with anxiety, severe anxiety, and depression all the time. So like, and I mean, I think about a lot of weird things, and which is kind of I feel like that's normal for me at least, and so this dream, I actually had a book that I was writing that was called Broken by Darkness, and I had this dream about that book, but it was more of like, instead of those characters, it was like me and like some like a bunch of YouTubers and celebrities type of deal, and it wasn't in a like a gated community type deal. It was in a school, like a school type esque scenery, and like you had like all these different dorm rooms, and it was basically, if you've ever watched the show Zoe 101, it's kind of like a boarding school where you have dorms and you have all this cool stuff, like basically kind of like a stay at college almost, but it was weird. So like this school, you had like all the celebrities like Drake, Joyner Lucas, like you had all the popular kids, and then you had like Juice World, X, Little Pump, Trippie Redd, and then you had like all the girls and like Bad Baby, Ariana Grande, what's the other girl's name? Selena Gomez, and believe it or not, Justin Bieber was a girl, which is kind of funny to me. And then you had like Jeffree Stars, Tana Mongeau, like just all these people that I kind of like look up to, but also like I see on a day-to-day basis, because like I'm either on YouTube or I'm on Twitter or I'm on Instagram, and I follow these people, right? So like they're like social media influencers technically, in my eyes. And this whole school, right? It's a whole school system, but it's a school for rich people, people who make billions and billions of dollars. And I think the lowest like incoming person in this dream was Jeffree Stars, and he had like $750,000 a year type of deal, or 750 million, something like that. Yeah, it was 750 million was the lowest one, and then like you had me, the main, person in the dream, making like 2.7 quadrillion dollars or something like that a year. I don't know, it was stupid numbers. It was very, very, very large numbers. And like I just remember this like one part of the dream is like we were in the parking lot. It was me, Ariana Grande, Justin Bieber, with Tana and No Jumper, which I forgot to mention. No Jumper. No Jumper was there as a male type person. I would hope that he would be a male, but so we were sitting in the parking lot, and like this Ferrari, like it was either an F40 or it was a LaFerrari, very expensive esque cars. This car comes up, runs Tana over, kind of like just splitting her body into two. But when her body splits into two, it's like she was made of money. Like all you see is just like squirting out like $10,000 bills, $1,000,000 bills type of thing. Like it was so fucked up and weird. But like that wasn't just like, it wasn't just weird there. Like I said, it was like a nightmare slash like dream, like nightmare slash lucid dream type thing. Cause like I totally had control of this. This is no way I didn't have control of this dream. Cause like a dream that's not like vivid or lucid cannot be that accurate. I'm pretty sure it can't be that accurate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like it was just like really freaking weird. And I did end up waking up at like at 6-7 o'clock. Like no, I think I woke up at 8:30, and I was just like, what the fuck did I just dream about? I fell back to sleep and the dream continued. Oh, that's another thing I do want to talk about, because I have this very weird phase that I go through, and it happens every once in a while, but we'll get into that in a minute. I want to continue on what I was talking about the dream. So at this point, I think I'm like at another part of the dream, from what I can remember, is me and Ariana Grande were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we got into some sort of argument, right? And this is what's crazy to me, because usually when you die in a nightmare or something like that, you wake up, okay? So at this point, me and her get into this argument. I say we're done. We break up. We break up. She runs off crying, and I just take off. I literally get in my freaking Bugatti Chiron or whatever. You know, my diamond Bugatti Chiron that's like worth like $2 trillion or some shit, and I speed off. So I'm at this dealership, and it looks like the area where XXXTentacion got shot and killed. And this is where my mind gets fucked because I remember this very clear and vivid. Is I remember getting pulled out the car, shot and killed, like gunned down, and then I go into this perspective of where I see Ariana Grande just crying and crying and crying, cause like I don't know, it just had this very, I guess she had this very like crazy attachment to me in this dream, which is very weird, cause you know, I hate to say it, but I think I'm very obsessed with two people in this world. And a lot of my friends have noticed that I only talk about two celebrities. And the only two celebrities I talk about are Ariana Grande and XXXTentacion. Those are the only two celebrities that either come out of my mouth when I'm, you know, with somebody face to face or through a text message. Like, that's all, like, all I'm saying, like, is talking about them. Like, say for instance, I had a conversation Monday with one of my mates about Ariana Grande and how her voice is like perfect, absolutely perfect. I get like cloud nine feels when I listen to her music, and like he's like, dude, I'm sorry to say, but you're obsessed with this girl, and I'm just like, not really, because like I believe if I'm really obsessed with this girl, I would have like all her pictures. Like, I mean, like, I would be downloading all her Instagram pictures, screenshotting everything. That's obsession. But when you're constantly thinking about somebody and care about somebody, especially because, like, you know, she had that incident that happened last year, and I'm not going to, you know, say it again, because I've said it already a couple times on this podcast show already. But, like, I just think, right? I think a lot about her mental health and where she's at with PTSD, how she's feeling. Because, like, I just feel like I'm an empath kind of person. Like, I think about a lot of things, and I think about people's emotions and how they feel. And that's, you know, the same case with Bad Baby right now is I was watching a video. I was watching the No Jumper podcast earlier today again about, because, like, it came on. It just randomly came on. And just hearing her cry and, like, just hearing her cry kind of just gave me this tone, this feeling in my body that I didn't like, but it, you know, made me think like I want to give this girl a hug. I want to, you know, tell her everything's gonna be okay. She's gonna get through this. You know, it's okay that X forgives her, and that like it's crazy, like how I feel. And I was the same way when Shane Dawson did the TanaCon documentary, is like when I saw that, I had this specific feeling, and you know that feeling of like, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's so hard to explain to somebody who isn't myself, because I was talking to a mate. When was it? It was on Saturday. I was talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling him how like when I watch like either Bad Baby or an example of Tana, like I get this feeling because like he's an empath himself, and the reason why I say that is because there was one time I was at his house, and I had my earbuds in, and I was very, very anxious, depressed. I was, you know, going through a lot in my head, dealing with, you know, demons and, you know, trying to fight the battle of anxiety. And he pulls my earbud out and he tells me exactly how I was feeling in that moment, and that he told me that everything was gonna be okay, that I will win, and I'll get through that. And guess what? He went to bed. He went to bed literally because that was the last thing he said to me. 2 hours later, I was feeling better. I was feeling good about myself. I was feeling confident, and like to me at that point, it was mind blowing, and that was like 2-3 weeks ago when he had said that to me, and then just this past weekend I was telling him how I felt about Bad Baby crying and how I felt about Tana crying, and he said to me like that's the first sign of empath, of being an empath, is like you feel things. Like I don't know how to explain. It's so hard to explain. I need my friend to come on the podcast and explain what I had told him, because like I explained it in perfect detail of like how I felt, and like I showed him the exact same like video of like her crying and like her talking on the No Jumper podcast, and like it's interesting that he felt the same fucking way, almost the exact same. Like he didn't get that chilling feeling in his body. He just got the feeling of like that she's a sweet girl that's hurting inside. Well, this is what he said to me, that she might be tough on the outside, but what he's feeling is that this sweet innocent girl that's trapped inside. And like I don't know how to explain it. It's very like weirdish, but yeah, like just like it's crazy. I don't even know how we got onto that topic, because I was talking about like how I saw Ariana. Oh yeah, because like I was an empath in my dream, and like I saw like how much she cared, how much she loved me, and all this kind of crazy stuff, and like it was just like, and then that's when I woke up, but went back to sleep, and when I went back to sleep, I was revived, kind of like revived as as a person again, and like I was able to confront her and say I'm sorry, and it was just like this whole complicated mess, and it like when I woke up finally at 11:30, I felt very emotional. I was having anxiety. I was feeling all these like different emotions. Like I just didn't know if I was still like sleeping, or if I was still, maybe it had, moved on to a daydream, and I was thinking about it, and the daydream was playing in the back of my head. Like it was just a whole weird experience with just like dreaming in general, because I've never felt that way, and I felt that way with when I'm watching that No Jumper podcast. I felt that empath part of me come out and say like, I want to give this girl a hug. I want to tell her everything's gonna be okay. Just reassure her of everything. Tell her that X forgives you and that he's happy, he's smiling, he's in a better place, and things like that. But I'm not gonna be able to ever do that. So, but I mean, I would hate to say that, but like you never could say never say never, because it's you can always get that opportunity. And I don't know why I just said like that's never gonna happen. It could happen, I should say. I should never say never, like, because if you say never, it won't happen. Like you got to be determined to let that thing, or whatever it may be. Say for an instance, I want to date Ariana Grande. That's obviously not gonna happen because she's married, I'm pretty sure, to Pete Robinson or something like that. But if she wasn't married and she was single, I would have that 1 in like 7 billion chance, right? I mean, that's a very high number of chance. That's like what 0.00000 on continuing 0.1% chance. But regardless, it's still possible if you're determined enough and you work hard, or you work towards that goal. You never know, it could happen. All of a sudden, I'm going from dreaming to being motivational. What is this podcast even? Like, what is this show? Honestly, what is this show? That's what I question myself every time I go record a new episode. What is this show? What is today's show gonna be about? And it sometimes I get spot on what I want to talk about, and then there's times where it's just like, well, I could talk about this, I could talk about this, and like it's just like it's fun doing a podcast. I mean, in a way it's hard, to be honest, but in a other way it's fun. It's it makes me happy, at least. I mean, it's a podcast / show. I'm sorry, but it makes me happy. And I'm not saying that making YouTube content, making gaming videos, and or streaming doesn't make me happy, because you know what, it fucking does. It really does. At the end of the day, when I can see my videos go fucking live every fucking day, makes me so freaking happy and makes me feel blessed. Because you know what? At the end of the day, I'm just trying to have fun doing what I love. And that's another thing I really do want to talk about at some point, is like, what do I actually love and what is my inspirations? I mean, we can save that for, Friday's podcast episode. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm, recording podcasts or episodes, I'm still thinking about what content I can make and things like that of that nature. Anyways, back to the whole dreaming thing. So I just love how I just did that. Like, I'm talking about YouTube content, and I just like, get that transition back into talking about dreaming. So I have this very weird, I don't know what the fuck to call it, cause like it's so weird. I've always called it an alternate reality inside my head, and a lot of my friends are like, "What the fuck you talking about?" Cause like I would have this thing, I would have this like dream, right? One set dream. And say this set dream is me in a college where I go to college, but this dream, right? Say for an instance, I'm in the middle of class and then all of a sudden I wake up in the morning, right? The next night that I go to sleep, that dream where I was will continue. And this would happen for weeks at a time. And I mean like weeks. It was like I was living a second life, but I really wasn't because I was dreaming, right? Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. Like I could explain because I had this one. This is very vivid to me. I remember this because one night I was on Pornhub. Yes, I do watch porn. Who fucking doesn't? Like, who doesn't watch porn? But I was watching porn and I was, I got curious because I had heard that Zoe Berger, she was a gaming YouTuber for Lux Gaming. She had released a porno kind of like a porno. I don't know how to call it. I mean, it's not a sex tape because I don't think she's having sex in it. But a lot of her, VODs from Twitch were on there, and how she became very popular in the YouTube and Twitch scene was, well, first of all, she was banned on Twitch for streaming in bikinis and twerking, because that was against TOS at the time. But now there's a TOS rule saying like girls can be in bikinis, but it has to be in the correct scenario. Say for an instance, you're streaming IRL and you're at a pool, or you're streaming IRL and you're at a beach. That is more of an okay than if you were to be in your house streaming with a bikini and twerking, and because like when you're twerking, I mean, it really depends on how you twerk and the angle too. But some girls twerk with their ass cheeks up, and you can see the vagina kind of through the you can't see the vagina because obviously they're wearing panties, but like you can see just the outline of the vagina, and like you don't want to see that on a gaming website. There's on Twitch. There's a lot of young viewers. I would say like kids from 13 and up. And, I get it. They're at that part of their life where they're kind of ready to see the vagina, but not really, because like they're still going through health class and things like that nature. But I don't know. It's a whole weird topic that we can talk about on another episode, because like I find it interesting. But anyways, I was on Pornhub, looking at Zoe Berger twerk videos. I don't fucking know why I was, but I was. And I mean, I guess I wanted to beat my meat or something that night, and that's what I thought of. You know what I'm saying? I mean, demonetized, but banned. But basically, yeah. So that whole thing happens. After that, after I'm done, beating my meat to whatever the fuck I was watching. I think I was watching her twerk and whatever. So, like, when men jerk off, they get tired, right? They get worn, like, I wouldn't say worn out, they get, relaxed. So I was actually playing Minecraft. I played Minecraft a little bit after that. And then I was just like, fuck this. I want to go to bed. I'm tired. I got a long day tomorrow. So I go to lay in my bed. And I lay in my bed and I tweet good night out on Twitter to everyone, whatever. Doing my last, bit of social media post for that night. And I go to bed. Okay? So now, this is where the fun and juicy shit starts to come. So I'm dreaming, right? Okay, so I'm in this house. This very beautiful, I want to say, if you guys know what a tri-blend house is, a tri-blend house is like one of those really, really expensive houses, like, something like Bill Gates or Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos would have, houses that cost like, 56 to like 300, $400 million. And I remember this one specifically because the dream starts out with me looking around this house as if I was about to buy it. And so I'm saying like, yeah, this is a cool house. I like how this, and this puts it together. And so we go downstairs, me and this realtor. And this realtor is the mother of Zoe Berger. Or, it's the mother of this girl. And this girl, look, she looks exactly like Zoe Berger, and I mean exactly. Face features, body features, ass, tits, everything, everything, even down to the belly button is exact detail. And I was just I was just freaked out when I woke up the next morning. But so this girl's name is Hope in the dream. Okay, so this girl Hope, me and her get together, or well, I want to buy this house, right? This house is for me. This house is in the dream I remember it costing like somewhere around like $178 million or something like that. I was a very big, well-known entrepreneur at this point in the dream. And it's crazy because like I said, when I have these dreams, I'm gonna call them dreams because I don't know what else to call them. But regardless, dreams, whatever the fuck you want to call them, realities, interdimensional fucking worlds, whatever the fuck you want to call them, I'm having this, and like I said, it feels fucking real. It's almost like a lucid dream, but like 10 times more of that. It's like ridiculous. It's crazy how real it feels. And like I said, it could be my subconscious fucking with me. Like, I just don't know, period. So I signed this deal for this house. So this realtor, the next day we were supposed to meet and talk about whatever. And her daughter comes along. And this is where things, I find out her daughter is a YouTuber with, I think from what I remember, from what I can piece together, it was like she had like 16 million subscribers or something like that. Something crazy outrageous. And so like, yeah, I was low key like, hitting on her and things like that. And when her mom left, I got her number. And then when she put her number on my phone, it said Lux Burger, which if like, Zoe Burger, you see, you get the connection there. And I'm just like, okay. So like later on, like me and this girl start talking like really deep, and like we fall in love and things. And I wake up. Okay, I wake up. It's the next morning. I go out about my day, not thinking about what just had happened in my dream, and I go back to sleep the next day. Okay. I fucking swear to God, it was like it was on pause, because that night, that dream, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, it picked up where it stopped the previous night. So like, it's just like, okay, so now like we're getting into things, we're really talking, and she comes over to my new house as I'm setting my new gaming station up, where I'm going to record all my videos, where I'm going to host my entrepreneur classes and things like that. And she's like, hey baby, I want to make you a sandwich. So she goes and makes me a sandwich. Okay, whatever, typical shit. But she hands me the sandwich, starts kissing me. Okay, we get on the floor, and it's like, I don't know if you guys ever had a sex lucid dream, but you wake up with your bed being wet, basically. But like, it felt so real. I woke up. I physically woke up thinking some girl was fucking me, or I was having sex or some shit. I woke up freaking the fuck out. Okay, so I stayed up for like an hour and a half, drinking water, because it was really hot that night, and I went back to bed. The dream continues, and it's just like there was just no way I could avoid it, no matter what I did, or how I went to bed, what time I went to bed, whatever the fuck. Like, there was just no way around it. And this went on for, I want to say, 15 days. It went on for 15 days straight. It was like I was living an alternate reality. I had, had sex with this girl. I bought her a car. I got her all this cool shit. And, like, I was about, like, to get, like, married. I was about to, like, propose to her and shit like that. Like, it was crazy to me. Like I felt like I was living an alternate reality life in a sense because like in a way it felt like that. And that's not the only time that's happened to me. I've had like one where I was in college, and like this is what like there's one that really freaks me out the most is that when this first started happening, when I first started experiencing this, was I was in a college that was made out of like this black marble and gold trimming. Like the floor's made out of gold, black and gold marble. It was like the elevators had diamond trimming. Like it was just like this very virgin snobby school. But the catch was about this dream was that I was the only boy in that school. The rest of them were girls, and that's what freaks me out the most. It kind of bothered me for the first 2 nights, but then like I started to really panic and freak out because like I just didn't know what was wrong with me. I didn't know if that was normal, like what was going on. I still need to talk to my therapist about it because like I don't know. I just think it's a very thing to talk like important thing to talk about. I want to kind of see what she says to it because like I mean I haven't found really any answers to it as in why it happens or what it is because like I don't know. I mean I feel like people are just gonna say it's like just a normal dream, but when you have a normal dream it doesn't make sense it's gonna continue. I mean it will continue. So what I've heard about dreams, right? So say for instance you wake up from a nightmare but you fall right back to sleep in the exact position that you woke up in, you will continue that dream. And to me that's just like I don't know how much I believe that and how much does that take a role in the in the dreaming world, I guess. And like another thing too about me is I can't watch horror movies no matter what time of day it is. I will still have nightmares. I'll have night terrors. Another thing about me too is like I have sleep paralysis. I mean, it hasn't happened luckily in a few days, which I'm pretty happy about because hopefully it's gone away now, because I'm going to bed less anxious and less freaked out, and things like that. But sometimes sleep paralysis for me would last like an hour 30, an hour 40, or an hour 50, even 2 hours. It's crazy. And I don't think I have some sort of sleep paralysis disorder or anything like that. Because if I did, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would be happening every night regardless. It doesn't happen every night. It only happens nights that I go to bed very, very anxious, very, very depressed. Is when it really happens. And, like, too, like, I've noticed, like, if it's happened at my friend's house, like, where I'll have sleep paralysis, but he has a dream catcher. For some reason, like, the sleep paralysis only lasts, like, 5 to 10 minutes. As if I was at home, it would last, like, 15 to, like, 2 hours sometimes. But, yeah, like, I just have this very weird sleep problem in general, like I said. I have weird dreams. I have that whole, crazy thing with dreams continuing. And then I have sleep paralysis, night terrors. But I also have a fucked up sleep schedule as well. I think it's very fucked up anyway, so like I don't think that's gonna ever get fixed regardless. But like I said, last night's dream was just like crazy to me. It's like I saw like two different perspectives. One being third person out of my body, and the other one being first person, situation, which is like I don't know how common that is. To, like in a dream you get the third person reality type thing, or the out of body experience. I don't even know if that's like, to me I feel like that would be impossible, but hey, you know what, you never freaking know, because like I said last night, it happened to me. I mean, it literally happened to me. So like I don't know how rare it can be, very rare that it happens in things like that nature, but other than that, my dream was crazy lit. I mean, hey, I mean, I can't really say that I dated Ariana Grande because it was inside a dream, but still, I feel like I could say that in a way, in a sensible way. Like I dreamed about dating Ariana Grande, which I mean, who cares? I mean, I don't think that's a problem. Is it a problem? I don't think so. But if you guys did enjoy this episode of the show, make sure to slap that subscribe button. turn on the notification bell so you know when a new episode goes live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Make sure to follow the show on all the social make sure to follow all the fuck me, I can't talk today. Make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram and such. Also follow my personal stuff. If you want to do that, you can. I do make YouTube videos every single day, and I do live stream every once in a while when it's not fucking blazing hot outside. So with that being said, it's been your boy Zachary and the Open Mind Show. I hope you guys really did enjoy it. Like I said, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace.